I'm Melissa, your moderator for the day, and I'm also a nursing major. With me, as always, is Carmela, a communications major, Elle, who is in speech and language pathology, and Brianna, also a comms major. And we're recording from the SCC TV studio. Today, we're going to be talking about food, health, and wellness, and everything from what's in our food, diet culture, and getting back to basics with gardening. So to start us off, we're going to look at what is in our food, what we eat, and how things like accessibility, convenience, and even perception can influence the choices we make at the supermarket. Elle, do you want to start us off?
Yes. Okay, so there's a lot of discourse about what's in our food, about what's unhealthy, what's healthy. Food is like the center of living. We need it to survive. It's a very important thing to have conversation about. We need to be mindful about what we're putting in our bodies. It's not inherently bad to put in ultra-processed foods, which is what we're kind of get into right now. But you need to be aware of the possible side effects and like things to come along with that. In an article from the American Medical Association written by Sarah Berg and published on November 8th, 2024, it says, "Health consequences of ultra-processed foods are dire. A large study conducted over 19 years shows a 31% higher mortality for the highest versus lowest consumers of ultra-processed foods. The concerns include recent documentation of increased risk of type 2 diabetes, cardiovascular disease, and dementia." What are our thoughts on ultra-processed foods? Like, what is your experience with them? What is it? How do we feel?
I love them.
They're highly addictive.
They are
so
very, I mean, they're made that way. They're high in fat, high in salt. It activates your reward system in your brain, so you feel really good. I think it's important to mention that not all ultra high processed foods are bad. Things like yogurt, whole wheat bread, beans, like canned beans, like all of that's
like anything in moderation is like,
all of that is like really good for you. I think when people think ultra high processed food, they're thinking of like
McDonald's,
red dye, McDonald's, like
that's what I think.
But yeah, that's I could definitely go into my pantry tonight and like 80% of it is probably considered ultra high processed.
Yeah.
It's definitely, I feel like once you know that a lot of these ingredients are in your food and then like you're looking at the labels, ignorance is bliss. Because now you're like, you have to fuel your body, and like whatever you're choosing to fuel your body with, it's like, oh man, is this like highly cancer causing? Like, what am I supposed to be looking for when it comes to like our food and like the things that we're buying from like the grocery store?
Yeah, I mean, that's another thing, like what you put in your body is what you're going to get out of it. Whatever, like it's calories in, calories out, like energy in, energy out.
Yeah.
So if you put in good foods, you're going to feel good. If you put in bad foods, you're going to feel bad. So.
And there's such like an abundance nowadays when you go to the supermarket, like you have
so many options.
So many options, and it's so hard for you to like find which one's right for you or which one is one of the alright ultra processed foods,
Yeah.
And there's all the advertising with the super colorful boxes, and like sometimes I buy things because I'm like, that looks cute. I just love the packaging. That's kind of why I pick it.
Yeah, my grandma buys these like ice cream sandwiches for my little brothers when they come over for piano lessons. And if you notice on some of the boxes for, they're called ice cream, or it's called dessert bars, or like ice.
It's not called ice cream.
No, it's not called ice cream. Legally, they can't call it ice cream.
Yes,
because there's not high enough dairy content in order to call it ice cream. So they have to.
Of, like,
it's
fillers.
like frozen sandwich dessert.
Yeah, or like Velveeta is like a cheese-ish product.
Cheese.
It's not real cheese.
No.
Not real cheese. I think it's like rubber. It's like, I don't know.
But it's delicious. But and it's also important to mention, like you said, like costs. When you're going to the supermarket, yes, you have all these choices, but not everyone has the means to make the choices that they want to make. You know what I mean? Like, especially people, like if you're on SNAP benefits and they're not being used as a bargaining chip for politics, that can really influence what you can purchase. And sadly, fresh fruit and vegetables are, especially organic, are pretty expensive. and they're not shelf stable. So it kind of goes with, well, like, what will last me a long time? What am I going to get, like, the most for the bang for my buck, I guess you would say.
And then too, like the convenience of it. I think a lot of people are like out and working, and then they come home. It's like, oh, I gotta make these like whole food, unless you have like a potato already cut up for you, so that you can just like make some fries.
I mean, people want enjoyment in their foods too, so ultra processed foods are like, it has those dopamine receptors with
like, I'm gonna
the
feel
sugar
better
and the
if I
sodium.
eat these.
Exactly. So it's like you gotta tread lightly.
Yeah, I feel like, but the more and more that I understand what is in our food, like the more and more sometimes when I do eat an ultra processed food, like it does activate the reward system in the moment, but sometimes I'm like, okay, so now I want to balance it out with eating something healthy. Like I feel like my body also asks me to like, I need to balance it out with something like,
it's like the moderation thing.
Yeah, you know, you miss like that homemade food, something that like you enjoy eating too.
Yeah,
I think that's a really good point, is like having that reward system of being like yesterday we went to Krispy Kreme and we got like half a dozen donuts, and so I had one and I was like, yeah, but that's not gonna like influence my entire day. I'm not gonna guilt trip myself over eating this like massively like calorie like empty calorie bomb, so for the rest of the day it's like, yeah, I'll grab an apple or I'll do this, or so it's, I think it's
chicken salad.
yes chicken salad. So we talked about organic food as well. Brianna, you had mentioned at one point that all you do is organic.
So in 2015, kind of like Carmela mentioned, now there's so many options. Back then, there wasn't that many organic options. I mean, you would have to drive to Davis to go to like the Whole Foods that was over there.
Yeah.
I think that's what it was called.
Now we have like a Sprouts.
Now we have Sprouts.
Nugget.
I love Sprouts.
There's Trader Joe's too. Is that organic stuff?
Not now.
I don't know.
They don't have that many organic options now. I mean, Safeway and Vacaville had more organic options than they do now, but because they're Sprouts, now it's like Sprouts pretty much has the organic. But it was expensive. Like I was, newly married. I was out on my own, and I had to decide if something wasn't organic, do I, buy the poison and it's gonna make me sick, and like that's another bill I'm gonna have to pay if I, have to go to the hospital or something. I would just choose to go without it, and it was a very expensive lifestyle, but to me it was worth it. In 2020, I kind of gained a little bit more perspective just because I wanted to be able to like go out and try new foods, and we lived in Hawaii, so going to like new restaurants and having like fun little drinks, because I mean obviously alcohol it's pretty expensive if you want to buy organic alcohol.
Oh,
which I mean unless you make it on yourself, but I'm not there yet, guys. I know. What would you guys like go without it if you were trying to do organic, or would you just be like, oh, I'm gonna balance it, just the non-GMO version?
Yeah, I mean, just thinking of like my most recent shopping trip, I would like if I'm looking at like 2 sets of lemons and it's like organic versus non-organic, I'm usually going with the cheaper route.
It's cheaper.
Because I don't know, I wash my fruit.
You're scrubbing all those pesticides off of it. You're using baking soda, vinegar.
Yeah,
they have like the sprays now too.
I soak them in baking soda and like some vinegar for like 20 minutes, rinse them, and they last longer when I rinse them off too.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Just because they've been sitting like in the store,
Like
and I feel like with
cilantro,
handling,
you like put it in a glass jar.
Yes.
In
Yeah.
your fridge.
Gotcha.
Just
like put like a Ziploc bag over it too, so it creates its own little system.
Yeah.
Nice.
But I mean, those are all whole foods. Like when you're buying an ultra processed food, it's so broken down into, it gets rid of all the, because you start out with whole foods, like when you're making anything or whatever chemicals they're adding. You break it down so much, so finely that it removes like almost all the nutrients in it, because it brings down all the enzymes, whatever. And then when you reform it into this like ultra processed food, there's no nutritional value. It's kind of just like sugar and salt, like packaged into this nice little thing, like potato chips. It's like grind down, packaged potato chip, and it's just like, it's not potato anymore.
Yeah.
You can't call it potato. I wouldn't call it potato.
I would not call it that. I would call that fun food.
Fun food.
It's a potato-ish substance.
There you go.
It's
kinda
like
a
what
cheese-ish.
is even in like specifically like food labels? Like what's up with that?
Oh my gosh, I'm so glad you asked. I brought one of my favorite snacks with me because I know reading food labels can be really overwhelming and you're never sure like you can
Positive
look
or
at it and you're like,
negative,
I
yeah.
understand percentages, but like what does this mean for me? And also remember, a lot of these labels are from like the 1960s when we're basing it off like an average white male. Love average white men. I'm married to one. This is like a seaweed snack. I would say when I'm going for a snack, I look for like around 250 calories. This only has 30, so I would definitely supplement it with like an apple, maybe
banana.
organic, maybe not, or a banana.
A scrubbed apple.
A scrubbed apple. So yeah, you're looking for like under 250 calories. You're looking for under 10 grams of added sugar. I think that's important to realize. Like fruit has a lot of sugar in it, but
Yeah, a lot of good sugar.
good
in fruit.
sugar.
Yeah.
This has like 0.5 grams of added sugars. You want 3 to 5 grams of protein because you want to be feeling like full.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This only has 1 gram, but that's fine. I could get like a little beef
So bad.
stick. I
Archer's,
know.
yeah, Archer's beef steak.
But another thing to look at is the fiber, like your dietary fiber. This one has less than 1 gram, so that's also why I'm adding like a banana or an
Yeah.
apple, just so I don't like eat these and then like 5 minutes later I'm like, maybe I should go to Krispy Kreme because I'm starving.
And I want to feel good.
Yeah, so just I usually base like my snacks, especially like college students. Like I know at Solano they have like the free, like the Kirkland granola bars. And I'm like, oh, that's like great, but also let's make sure we're looking at
Yeah.
The
How
new-
much sugar is in
how much
there?
sugar is in there. I think it's like 23 grams.
Dang.
That's
Yeah.
a lot.
Well, because they're the chocolate chip ones.
Yeah.
Looks like I feel like
And
they,
those chocolate chips probably aren't just like the cocoa and like the butter.
Yeah,
It's probably a bunch of other stuff.
they add in all the sugar to make it taste good. Because it's all just garbage.
yeah.
I fear.
A delicious garbage. Yeah, so I mean, so now that we kind of understand a little bit, a very small segment, none of us are like dietitians.
No. Disclaimer.
Just a disclaimer, please don't quote us. There's also a lot of pressure about how we eat and how we look. I think that's also important in like making choices. So Brianna, do you want to talk to us about diet
Yeah.
culture and how that connects to everything?
I would love to. So, diet culture is society's, I want to stress this, current belief system because it's going to ebb, it's going to flow. I mean, we're familiar with the being skinny trend, right? Thinness equating to like health and happiness, longevity. I mean, throughout the decades, I can give some fad diet examples, but it was just about in the 1950s, we had the grapefruit diet. So if we had a grapefruit before each meal is supposed to cause like fat burning enzymes, which in retrospect, it did cause people to have more fruit. In the 1960s, we had the cabbage soup diet, which that was really restrictive when it came to getting a various amount of different like meats and other vegetables. In the 1960s, we did have the introduction of TV dinners, and it was like more processed, convenient food. The 1970s introduced the Scarsdale diet. That was high protein, low carb. And I'm sure a lot of you have heard about like low carb. Yeah. Later in the 2000s, we got into good fats, keto diets. What have you guys heard when it comes to like fad diets?
My grandmother would do the grapefruit diet for sure, but also she tried, it was called the saltine diet. So anything she ate, the portion size had to be able to fit on a saltine cracker. So it's not like you were eating saltine crackers, but it had to be, I think a saltine cracker is like 1.5 by 1.5.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a square. So like anything you ate had to be in that ratio.
Which is like similar to like the portion control was like not your
Yeah.
serving was as big
Yeah,
as
as
your
your
own.
your fist.
Yeah. So I know too, like to say a lot about fads and like coming across them on like social media. There's like the quick fixes of like the skinny teas, the juice diets. I fell victim to the juice diet, guys, for like a week. Fasting, Ozempic, that hit like a truck for sure, and like that's on the rise. And like Row, which is to come off of like Ozempic. I know though when it comes to social media, that is a big play in, have you guys heard of the What I Eat in a Day video?
Yes,
yeah.
yeah.
And you know, every person, it's different.
Mm-hmm.
So, Emma Codier on May 4th, 2023, she wrote an article on Roadie Today, and she mentions that a lot of what's out there on social media isn't backed by research, kind of like our disclaimer. But a lot of people are influenced by it anyways and make decisions to either add food or to cut certain foods. And I know that there can be a lot of positive spins on like the What I Eat in a Day, where like the nutritionist will hop on and be like, oh, like I like how she got like her proteins here. I would have loved to see her like put in like these minerals.
I think I've seen the person that you're talking about.
And then to me, I'm like, well, that can be overwhelming in like even like a positive light, because I'm not getting all those minerals, and you know, like your body image can definitely take a toll. Like referencing our last podcast that we did, social media has a really big play on that for diet culture.
I've also seen I also see nutritionists talking things that is like, you're completely insane with what you're saying right now. Like, I think I seen one where she was eating a lot of fruit, and then he started talking about how fruit has sugar in it.
Yeah.
And you know what's something that doesn't have sugar in it that you can also consume? A Diet Coke. And it was like,
Wow,
okay.
Zero. They were saying that that was better.
Yeah, like, you know, Diet Coke doesn't have any sugar in it, so like eating fruit has a lot of sugar in it, so maybe, I mean, if you have to pick. And I thought that
interesting.
was crazy, because then you have a bunch of people who are,
It's that misinformation.
Yeah.
you say like, we are not really able to tell if someone is a nutritionist or is not when they're posting
Right.
their social
Yeah, because they
media.
seem so confident. You're like
Yeah.
almost like so tempted to believe them because they speak with such confidence, and then it's like they're online. Like, I can't check this source. Like, for face value.
Always fact check, because even
Yeah.
just talking about the what's in our food and learning that there's chemicals in it, I mean, you can still hop online and be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna try this new thing, and not know that it's just you're cutting out. Let's say you're cutting out all your carbs, right? But there's healthy carbs. There's sweet
Yeah.
potatoes. That's a healthy carb. Like, there's even like having rice, like not in like excess, but there's also that. Like, it's important to give yourself grace. Like, if you see these like What I Eat in a Days, or you videos, or you see like these influencers when they're like posting their routines and what they eat in a day and like their body, it's important to give yourself grace, because you don't know if they're telling the truth. Like, have you guys ever come across any like influencers that like promote their own products and it's not really what, like they have like surgeries done?
Okay, so my favorite, and they made a Hulu shoe. They made a shoe. A Hulu show. It was about Belle Gibson, who was from Australia, and she built this like empire around her being able to cure her own cancer with like certain diets and supplements that then she would turn around and sell.
Okay.
And it turned out she never had cancer.
oh,
Yeah.
It was a lie.
It was a lie. And so
That's
I
elaborate.
think she's serving time in jail. But she conned a ton of people
Yeah.
into giving her money, and then would have these posts being like, the brain cancer's back, but I'm on this new regimen, and
Follow my regimen,
follow my
guys.
regimen,
Yeah.
and this, and like some
Link
people
below.
did, and like some families were like, our family member refused medicine,
Like West
and-
Minnesota,
because
they
they were trying to emulate what you did.
oh my
Wow.
gosh.
Yeah.
I heard, she was
So-
sued.
Yeah,
For
yeah,
lots
yeah,
of
yeah.
money.
So Belle Gibson is one, and then recently I was just like alerted to an article about, I didn't follow her, so I have no idea. Her name's Janelle Roner, and she was selling weight loss programs because she struggled with weight loss, but then she recently came out and was like, in addition to my programs, my doctor and I decided to lose those extra 15 pounds. I would go on Ozempic or Wegovy, one of those. And so her followers felt really duped by it.
Yeah.
Because I was like, we bought these, I think the packages were like $200. So like they would spend this money and being like, well, this is what she did.
Yeah.
Never mind, genetics are different, blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah. this is what she did, but I felt like she kind of hid that, and then I'm sure it was going to come out in some capacity, so she wanted to like get ahead of it, but you just don't know what people are doing behind the scenes. So to look at someone whose Instagram is like very favorable towards like certain diets
or
and
like
like
a certain physique.
and how they look, it's like, but you don't know how much money they spent to get there and what they're doing in addition to like, I walk and drink water.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of influencers like that where it's like they set up this whole persona of themselves and they're doing all the right things, they're hitting their health goals, like whatever. You don't realize that they have money. They have money to buy the good stuff, they have money for the personal trainer, they have money for all the doctor consultations to get a personalized diet plan or health plan, whatever, for them. And I think that's kind of where we get diet culture is everybody wants the idealistic standard of like celebrities or influencers.
Right.
And it's not realistic for a lot of people to have the money to do all those things.
Because that's more like a quick fix.
Yeah, it's
for
like
the
a
money.
quick fix.
Yeah.
But a lot of people are looking for, they're always trying to improve aesthetics or health or something. And I think that's where a lot of the stuff with Ozempic has been on the rise in Hollywood, right? The like, I call it heroin chic because it's like they're gangly, like you can see all their bones.
It's not cute. It's not cute. It's not cute, and you know when someone's on Ozempic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's
Or
so
Roe.
obvious.
Yeah.
So, they are creating the standard. People are. I mean, I think we have a lot of people who aren't falling victim to that in that diet culture of like Ozempic skinny, but a lot of people are because they see these people and they're like, oh, this is the beauty standard now. I need to fit within this box of like in 2016 we had the what was it? Slim thick.
Oh yeah.
Skinny fat.
The slim thick.
like
that
Kim
was
K.
also
Like
around like the time of like liposuction or like cool freezing or
there were like a lot of like workout plans where it was like glute focus, you can build a butt, stuff like that.
But they were hiding all the other factors, and that's like something important.
Kim K BBL.
Yeah.
Like that was something that happened.
What's the quote? Like, you're not ugly, you're just poor.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because you can't afford all of these like programs and doctors that are making it possible.
Yeah. And then it's like a psychological thing within diet culture. It's like you get into all the eating disorders like anorexia, bulimia. I don't remember any other ones, but I'm sure there's like it's a spectrum of it.
Yeah, I know that's kind of like people who like go to the gym too.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, again, like, social media, it is a highlight reel, even if someone isn't being completely honest with what they're doing behind the scenes. And it's important for us to realize that, you know, food isn't the enemy. Like, don't just, like, cut out every single thing because you're like, I want to look like this person, but you don't know that person's also on steroids. Like, you need to be realistic with yourself, with your money, with your time, and where you're at, because give yourself grace that the body that you want to have, your current body, that's going to carry you to where it is that you're going to go. So, like, be kind to yourself, and, like, food is not the enemy. Like, my suggestion is, like, when you come across all these articles or like these posts or whatever, to, if you're excited about something, add to your diet. Like, add the salad with dinner, add, you know, the ashwagandha mushrooms and reishi to your coffee with protein. Just
I take the supplement. I love ashwagandha.
Take the fiber, you know, first thing in the morning with your unorganic lemons.
They're washed.
They're washed. You gotta start. If you want to start somewhere, I would suggest to add rather than take away, because I think when we get so restrictive, even as you could be labeling yourself as like a health freak, but you're so restrictive with yourself and you're eating the same healthy organic things over and over again that you can't even like enjoy yourself. And like that's no fun either.
You're not living at that point.
Exactly.
Like, you have to have enjoyment in it. Otherwise, like, what's the point?
Exactly.
Yeah, I think that all highlights like the pressure that we put on ourselves, like with food and health. But what can we do, Carmela, to kind of like get back to our roots and like relax a little bit about food?
Yeah, that's a great question because, I mean, as we were talking about, it's relatively easy for us to create a negative relationship with food. You know, we don't know what's in our food. We're seeing a bunch of people tell us different things. But when we think, like, what has worked for us for hundreds and hundreds of years that we can still do today, which is gardening.
Yes,
You know, gardening can help us reconnect with our food and reconnect with nature. Because when we're gardening, we consume without the pressure of consuming it. Because you're the one who picked what vegetable, what fruit you're gonna plant. You know what's in it. You know if you chose that chemicals, if you didn't chose that chemicals. And it's not an influencer telling you what you should or you shouldn't eat, but it's the seasons of the earth telling you this is a good time for you to eat some peaches. And this doesn't work for you now.
This is not the time.
But there's actually like a lot of benefits with gardening too. So, according to an article published by the University of California in Agricultural Natural Resources website, written by Trina Tobey in July 2025, it talks about how gardening activates our reward system, and we get a double rush of dopamine. So when you harvest the fruit or the vegetable that you planted, you get a rush of dopamine, and then when you consume that, you get a second rush of dopamine. Have you guys ever gardened and like tried out what you eat and felt that?
The closest I've come to anything like that is like I bought a basil plant and then felt, I was like, oh my gosh, I feel like barefoot Contessa, like just like trimming the basil leaves and like sprinkling them.
I mean, that's a good start though.
It would,
Like,
yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
You gotta start somewhere.
For like people who don't know like where to start, I mean like cherry tomatoes are really easy to grow. I mean, if you want to even go organic, you can get organic soil, sell it in bulk at Costco, guys. And you can just get that and put that on your apartment terrace. I mean, if like sunlight and you're worried about your plants, like that's a thing. They have like these little grow kits that you can buy online from Amazon, and they can like they're stackable and they already have like the grow light. And you can even buy like little herb kits and like keep in like your kitchen window.
Yeah.
And I think like another site they have them is like Back to Your Roots, which is like that was like a lot of fun. They have like little terrarium grow kits too for like kids.
Oh, cute.
Yeah, we had one when we lived in the city because we didn't have like an outdoor space that we could garden. I mean, they have community gardens, but we got like one of those like the grow kits, and so we had heirloom tomatoes would like dominate everything though. So you had to be like really careful because they would suck the nutrients from the other, like the chives and everything. Oh yeah.
You gotta keep them separate.
You have to keep them separate. Like the moment they get too big, you have to like repot them. And I was like, I don't have time for this. But it was nice. It was cute.
I like how you mentioned like community gardens. I like we see that more and more like when apartment complexes like come up, they have like the community gardens, and like that's like you're getting, not only are you getting back to your roots, but like you're getting to hang around with other individuals that are in like this lifestyle. And I think it's important to know whether you're going all organic or non-GMO, whether you're trying to, you know, heal yourself naturally by like starting to garden, getting away from like all the diet trends, or recovering from anorexia, like, or bulimia or whatever. Like you're out with other individuals that are like respecting the earth and trying to, you know, get back in touch with like nature. And I think that's really important.
Yeah, and when you start to garden, I feel like it also helps you build like, even if you don't have a community garden, like when you plant something and it comes out really good, you want to share it with people.
Yeah.
Because it's delicious. You're like, you want to give it to your friends, you want to give it to your family, and then when you receive that you know your friend or your family planted, you're like, oh my god, this is amazing, I want to do it too. And then you also like can encourage other people to start gardening and to start to be in this other cycle.
Yeah, it's like a domino effect of like positivity.
Yeah.
And to kind of build off of what you were saying about like getting back into community and things, I just have 3 points for anybody who is struggling with any eating disorders or their mindset behind food and wellness in their personal journey. Get offline. Like, social media is going to be the one of the number one contributors of the thoughts in the back of your head of I'm not good enough, because you're comparing yourself to other people. Like, you need to get offline. Second point, recognize that you may need help, especially if it's severe and that's like the thing on your mind all the time is just food, like body image, all these different things. Like, please seek help, go to therapy, talk to somebody about it before it gets so bad to the point where you're like hospitalized or you've like messed something up.
Yeah.
And then, like we've been saying, get out of the house and go garden and reconnect with your roots and like within yourself. Like you were saying, Carmela, there creates a sense of pride when you literally grow something from ground up, sprouts, whatever. Like there's a sense of pride and like dopamine that comes through, and like you're like
accomplishing something.
Exactly.
Like you did it. It's like a self-esteem boost.
Yeah. And then in that you're like more confident about yourself and your capabilities and your abilities and like maybe physically or all these sorts of things. It's just so beneficial in order to garden, get offline, talk to somebody.
Yeah, and adding to the source that I cited earlier, when you garden, you also can help the microbiome in your gut. So and that adds to our overall health in our mind and physical health. So when you're gardening, you're getting your hands dirty, you're digging, and you kind of inhale a little bit of that soil. If you have a cut in your skin, it touches your skin, and that's how you get that good bacteria into your body. But our skin also has microbiomes in it. So when you touch a microbially rich soil, which is the one that you use to plant your vegetables, you start to receive that good and healthy and diverse bacteria into your skin. And that also helps our immune function. So if you have immune resistance, that can help. If you have like asthma or allergies, that helps fight that off.
Yeah.
I mean, you're also out there. I mean, you're getting vitamin D, right, when you're outside, which helps with depression. Because if you're going through any of these like hard times, like you're trying to get over these any disorders, you're going to therapy, you're getting your sun, you're healing like your gut. I think there's like I love the benefits.
Yeah. So we've talked about what's in our food, the pressures around diet culture, and ways that we can reconnect with what we're eating. So I'm curious, is there anything that you guys would take away from this or like do differently?
I feel more encouraged to like start gardening again.
Yeah.
And I think I want to do like more like herb focused gardening.
I think that'd be mine.
Maybe I'll get one of those kits.
Yeah.
Just like let me start small.
Start small.
Yeah. My grandma has some, I think, like plant beds on the garden, or like in the backyard that she hasn't used in a while. And I was like looking at them, I'm like, I could plant something in there and like do a project over the summer or something. So I'm like, I'm not doing anything.
If you want to borrow, I have a gardening in Northern California book. You guys, I want to start my own like medicinal herbal garden.
Yeah.
And also a moon garden. So those are all the things that like bloom at night.
Yeah, those are so pretty.
Yeah, and they're all like silver. Yeah. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us. I'm Melissa. We have Carmela, Elle, and Brianna. This has been In the Treehouse with the Owl Gals at the SCC TV studio. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
College just got affordable. Up to 100% of enrollment fees can be reimbursed for first-time college students taking full-time classes. At Solano Community College, we are taking full advantage of this to further your future. With certificate and degree programs in industrial technology, aeronautics, biotechnology, and many others, Solano Community College is a staple for success. For more information, please contact the Financial Aid Office at 707-864-7000.